Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that you have to drink espresso like within 30 seconds of when it's made, otherwise it becomes bad. I don't know if that's true or not. I just like heard that somewhere and kind of stuck with it. Now I just drink my espresso within 30 seconds of, making it. Guys, don't sleep on espresso. I know there's people that like to make, ground coffee beans, like super duper espresso, but man, don't sleep on espresso. They make good stuff. So let's get to the topic in hand. I wanted to talk about a camera brand that has, in my eyes, in my opinion, has not had as much love as they deserve. So, of course, everybody has their hype cameras, like, Sony has their FX3, super hyped camera. Fuji has their X100V, and now the X106, like you can't buy the camera. It's just so in high demand because there's just people on TikTok, on Instagram. Everybody's hyping these cameras up. And then of course you have Nikon with their Z6 Mark III, which is just an awesome camera. You have the Z8. And then of course you have Canon now with their C80. And if you're talking hybrid cameras, they have the R5 Mark II, which is, supposed to be a very, very capable hybrid camera. But Panasonic has not released anything in like 4 or 5 years that I could, think of, except for the S5 Mark II, and that's a very, very good camera, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's not competing with an FX3, and especially in the hybrid department, it's not competing with a Z8. So Panasonic must come out with something absolutely incredible. That leads me into the discussion. What is Panasonic going to come up with? Now, in my opinion, Panasonic is getting ready to release an incredible video slash, kind of hybrid camera, but more video-centric camera. I think that camera is going to be the S1H Mark II. Now, the reason I say this is because if you, go on Google and you Google, Panasonic rumored cameras, the S1H Mark II is the one that pops up consistently. And the specs of what people are saying this thing is going to be capable of are absolutely incredible. So just to kind of go through the brief specs here. 6K 60 frames per second, which is, great. 4K 120 uncropped. The biggest feature, the biggest absolutely mind-blowing thing about this camera, 17 plus stops of dynamic range. Absolutely incredible. If it's true, I truly believe that Panasonic can make something like that, and they can make a hybrid style camera that can also take pictures. 6K, you got to be around what, 24 megapixels. So that is a very capable stills camera as well. Now the thing that I find very, very interesting about Panasonic is the kind of collaboration with ARRI, right? They have the ARRI C-Log that they licensed from ARRI that you can now use on the GH7. I think that is I think that's very interesting because you're seeing things like, Nikon buying Red. They bought Red because, Red obviously has amazing, technology for videographers, and Nikon, I believe, wanted to take some of the technology and kind of pull it into their small mirrorless bodies. Now, I think what ARRI is doing is very, very smart. They're kind of partnering up with somebody that has been in the industry for a long time with these small, powerful mirrorless bodies, and they're just trying to, collaborate, see where it goes. That's just, at least that's my opinion. I believe that ARRI is just in general seeing what people are creating with these small bodies, like, the FX3, the director shooting a lot of that movie with an FX3. You're seeing a lot of, like the Blackmagic design cameras that are absolutely killing it. I think that, ARRI is seeing this and they're like, oh my God, our cameras are 80 to 100 grand. What are we going to do to kind of, keep up with this, change? I think that in the future, and this is just complete speculation here, I think that ARRI is going to do something big with Panasonic. Now, I do believe that the S1H Mark II is definitely going to get the ARRI Log C, absolutely, just like the GH7. I think the S1 H Mark II is probably just going to be it's just going to be a bigger GH7. It's more capable, better low light performance. Now, speaking of the low light performance of this camera, I do think that Panasonic has to come up with something special. I do think that they have to come out with a camera that has an ISO, like either a second or third native ISO of 12,800. That seems to be kind of like a trend now that, you know, the C80 has it, triple base ISO, and the FX3 and the FX6 have had it for a long time, all the way to 12,800. Panasonic must come out with something like that to kind of stay really, really relevant in this like ever-changing industry. But I think they can definitely do it. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today. I thought that the fact that I'm seeing more and more rumors out there of Panasonic releasing new cameras is really interesting to me. And usually when you start seeing these rumors, you know, a camera is right around the corner. I hope that we get this camera at the end of the year. And if it delivers a lot of the things that I just discussed, I think I'm definitely going to get one. If it gets RE Log C, that is a huge, huge plus, and I truly believe it will get it. So what do you think Panasonic is up to? What do you think about their collaboration with RE and just, you know, integrating their RE Log C into their camera bodies? What do you think they are planning on releasing? Hopefully by the end of the year, that's what the rumors are saying. So hopefully end of the year, we're going to get some new Panasonic bodies. Please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this subject. And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you on the next one.